Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love me. Caught up in my tape. Caught up in my tape. Don't care what you say to me, I'ma bite your feelings out. I miss you in the basement.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's look, I'm going to be showing you how to do this sexy glittery smoky eye makeup look. I know it's been a hot minute since I've filmed a tutorial, but I managed to squeeze one in last minute just in time for Valentine's Day. So let's begin. Hello everybody, just me waving. So we've done the eyebrows. I'm going to go ahead and start with priming my face. I'm using the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. So you can see I'm breaking out quite badly at the moment, so our main focus is to cover all those breakouts as well as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and color correct using the orange concealer by LA Girl, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use the eBay oval brushes and buff that out all into the skin. So once all the color correction is done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the foundation. For foundation today, I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, and I'm going to go ahead and use a damp beauty blender to go ahead and blend that all out. I've actually started using a beauty blender fairly recently. I used to use the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, and let me tell you this, I absolutely love it in comparison to the Real Techniques sponge. This is much softer, absorbs less product, and the application is just absolutely smooth and flawless. Next up, we're going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the center of my face, down the nose, Cupid's bow, just the side of my mouth, just because I have dark pigmentation there, chin and jawline and under the eyes, you know, the usual areas. So once we've gone ahead and laid down our highlight in all the areas that we need to, I'm going to go back in with the beauty blender and just go ahead and blend everything out. So I know on camera it's looking like my foundation is a tad bit darker than my skin tone, and that's because it actually is. I actually like wearing foundations that are darker than my skin tone purely because they don't turn grey or ashy. You could then go ahead and conceal and highlight, you know, using lighter shades to highlight the center of your face, and then that brings it back to normal. And I've been using that technique for a very long time now, and I find for yellow tone skin that works absolutely well. Now, as you can see, because of the recent weight gain and then weight loss, the dips under my eyes have become quite noticeable. So I'm just going ahead and highlighting even further using MAC Prep and Prime in the shade Light Boost, and this is just going to basically brighten everything up. Look how straight that nose has gone, and I haven't contoured yet, so it's just like reverse contouring. I'm going to go back in with the beauty blender and blend all that out. We'll move on to contour next. I am going back to my very old friend. This is one of the first things that actually got me into contouring around 4 years ago. I used to use the LA Girl concealer. I haven't used them in a long time, so I was like, let's give this a go again. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay down my contour in all the usual areas, as you can see. And then once again, I'll be using the same beauty blender to go ahead and blend everything out. I just find using the beauty blender to blend out cream products, it's absolutely amazing. I do not know why I never bought a beauty blender sooner. I have been living under a rock or something, you guys. But this thing is absolutely amazing. I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend out all the contour areas, and just realizing how much I miss the LA Girl contour concealers. They are absolutely amazing, and the color is absolutely on point. It looks very natural and blends seamlessly into the skin. So I'm going to go ahead now and set everything in place. I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder, so I'm just going to go ahead and bake a little bit under the eyes, and I'm just using a mini Real Techniques baby sponge to do that, just so we could get the baking very precise. And as you can see, because I'm going to go ahead and apply my shadows, I'm just basically creating like a wing underneath the eyes to give my shadows more of a guide. And I'm just baking the side of my mouth, but I'm going to take that off straight away because I don't want to get too cakey. This look is all about looking luminous and glowy. So we're going to move on to the eyes. I've already done the brows. I'm going to go ahead and use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer again and just highlight the under the brow bone, just because I want a very highlighted look under there. And I'm just going to apply that in a very straight line and drag the concealer down all the way down to my lids, and then just blend it out, which you will see me do in a moment. So once that concealer is all blended out, I'm just going back in with that baby sponge with a little bit of RCMA powder and setting all my eyelids in place just to go in with the eyeshadows. I'll be using mostly Makeup Geek eyeshadows for this look today. We're going in first shade with Cremebrule as a transition shade, keeping it mainly towards the outer corner. Next, I'm going in with Frappe by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to go ahead and warm up the outer corner. So I'm applying it just on my crease and on the outer corner, and I'm not taking it in too much because I want all the focus to be on the outer corner to create more like a cat eye effect. Next shade, I'm going in with Coco. So I'm just basically layering on browns till it gets darker and darker and darker. You've seen me do this so many times. So I'm going in with Coco, and again I'm bringing that down more just purely into the outer corner and flicking it out at the same time. So we've got a very nice cat eye shape going on, and I'm just going to blend that out. Now I'm just going to go in with a big fluffy brush and blend all those colors together. Make sure there is no fine lines. So as you can see, the shape already is shaping up very nicely. I'm going in with Makeup Geek's Corrupt, which is a very, very nice black. And I'm going to go ahead and use a small pencil brush and apply that only on the outer V of the eye and flick it out as well. So once all the eyeshadows are in place, I'm just going to go back in with a big fluffy brush and just blend everything together. You just got to blend till your arm hurts, basically. But jokes aside, this technique, it just allows you to make sure that everything flows seamlessly and you just can't tell where your eyeshadow started and where it stopped. Next up, I'm going in with Becca's Champagne Pop to go ahead and highlight the inner corners. I've actually wet the brush before I dipped into the highlighter, and I'm just applying that onto the inner corners. And I'm also going to go in and highlight under the brow bone as well, just so every time we turn our head, we shine from all angles. You know me, that's the way I do this. So for the lid color today, I'm going to be using these new babies that I've just recently got by Stila. These are called the Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows, and this one is called Molten Midnight. Do you see that swatch, you guys? Oh my god, this is absolutely amazing. These are liquid shadows and they just dry down onto your eyelids. I absolutely love these. This is one of the best glitters that I've seen in a while, apart from the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy ones. But I think even these are even better than that because they just dry down so fast. They don't tend to crease that much, and the pigment is absolutely out of this world. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that onto the center of my lid on both sides, and then I'm just going to use a brush and blend it all out just to make sure it transitions into the black shadow nice and well. And just going back in with the pencil brush, I'm just adding a little bit more Corrupt eyeshadow on the outer corners, just because to keep the definition there. Next, I'm going in with Gold Goddess, which is again another liquid eyeshadow by Stila, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my inner corners with this. And can you see how my eyelids are popping? This is absolutely insane. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that on the top and bottom of my inner corners, and then use a nice definer brush to blend that out so all the colors transition into each other really, really well. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and use the Inglot Gel Liner number 77 to apply my wing liner. Now, I've recently started using a MAC 210 brush for my gel liner, and I absolutely love this brush. The precision on this thing is absolutely insane. Now, I did start by doing the whole eyeliner on screen, but then I moved out of frame. I'm so sorry, you guys. So now I've moved out of frame again, but I've just gone ahead and lined my waterline and just applied gel liner and some Coco eyeshadow just to blend everything in, and that's pretty much all I've done for the eyes. On the lower lash line, applied the Inglot Gel liner in the waterline and on my lower lash line, and then just went in with some Coco eyeshadow. I'm using Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, giving my lashes a quick coat, and as you can see, lashes are non-existent, so I'm gonna go ahead and use these lashes called Salsabeel, and they are by Fayemakeup. They are so fluffy and absolutely amazing. They are so slutty, and I just love these lashes. They are really nice and long, and I don't usually wear big lashes, but these ones are super duper comfortable to wear. So that's the face, eyes done. I'm going to go ahead and move on back to the face, and we'll just finish everything off. I'm just going to go ahead and use MAC Give Me Sun to set the LA Girl concealer in place, just because they tend to fade away by the end of the day. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that very lightly and give it myself a nice warm glow. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set the sides of my nose as well and define it a tad bit more. And as you can see, because I didn't bake or apply that much translucent powder, I'm actually very glowy, which I absolutely love. Next up, we're going to go ahead and move on to the highlight using Colourpop's Lunch Money, which is a nice cream highlighter. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that with my fingers on my cheekbone, and I'm just applying it in a C shape just on my forehead as well, just so we could catch the light. Once we've done that, I'm going to go in with Champagne Pop, of course that's my favorite, and just use the Zoeva fan brush to highlight, set the cream highlighter with the powder highlighter. Sorry, I made that sound so confusing. But yes, just using Becca's Champagne Pop, highlighting my cheekbone, Cupid's bow, center of the nose. You know the drill by now. Next, we're going to move on to blush. I'm using the Morphine 9B palette and using that really nice peach shade. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that in an angled motion going upwards, just so it blends nicely between the contour and the highlights. Moving on to the lips, I'm using the LA Girl pencil in the shade Natural. I've used a lot of LA Girl products today. I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips. This color is, of course, as it says on the tin, it's very natural, so on my lips it's not showing that much. On camera it's not showing, but I trust me, it's there. So I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips, and I'm going to use a lipstick today. Yay, no liquid lipstick for me. I'm going to use MAC Persistence, which is now my favorite colors of all time. I wear this shade all the time. It's so neutral. You could pull this lipstick off with any look. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over my lips. So now to finish everything off, I'm just going to go in with MAC Fix Plus and just give that a quick spray on my face, just to make sure everything lasts and I look even more luminous and glowy. So there you have it, guys. This is the finished look. Super sexy, nice, glittery, smoky eye. I know you guys are going to be like, well, I wouldn't wear that for Valentine's Day, but if any of you know me, you know I would wear this on a regular day. Never mind Valentine's Day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.